Today, we're going to talk about 3 different ways you can possibly die on a motorcycle. Now, that's a pretty scary thing, but part of an after-action review process is learning about how to do something better by watching somebody else's mistake or experience. So we're going to be talking about this right turner, which is typically in the UK. Also, we got some pedestrians that are being a little dumb. But then in the United States, we have left turners, and that's extremely dangerous. So I go over how and what to do in these situations so that you can understand it prior to getting on your motorcycle today, tomorrow, this week, next year, whatever it is. Write in the comments if you're actually currently riding. I'll see you in class. All right, so we're moving forward over here. It says slow for a reason because you typically have cars. You know, it's probably a neighborhood. There's that side of the vehicle.
Stop off. No.
Intersection. That's why they want you to slow. Look at these clues on the road. Whether it's a sign. Look, we're going to dump the bike because we don't know how to do a U-turn. Now we're going to get backed up into.
I apologise, mate, I'm sorry.
No, that's alright.
Sorry,
He was moving it a bit, that was all.
I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah, no worries, mate. If you're sorry, mate. No worries at all.
Okay, Cycle Paul. Earlier in the stream, you weren't very nice, but that was pretty good. All right, cool. All right, so we're riding, you know, on the road, obviously, and then we have sun in our eyes. Now, just take a quick look. We have a sign that says it's an intersection. We also have a sign that right there says slow. That is a clue. So just go into orange stage. Just go into orange stage. You don't know. You can't see with these hedges. And that's kind of the point. I was looking up some road design, and narrow roads like this with hedges like this are supposed to indicate that you have terrible line of sight, so you should be going slow to anticipate anything coming out. So therefore, it's a safer road than these big wide roads that we have in the United States where we have great vision. With that, we're supposed to think it's supposed to be safer, but actually it's not because we're hauling ass because we have good vision. So here's the thing. If we have terrible vision, drive slower, okay? It's a blind driveway here. So we're moving up here, and we had to zoom in on the GoPro, okay? It's to indicate that there's a side of the vehicle. Now, this person should be applying the brakes progressively, right? And it should be pretty simple because we go into orange stage, right? So with orange stage, we already rolled off the throttle a little bit, maybe reduced the miles per hour by like 2 or 3, not a lot. So we got a little bit of engine braking, a little bit of front tire pressure. You know, it's doing pretty good on the traction. We're also covering that front brake. So if we see a side of the vehicle like this, all we have to do now is we don't have to, you know, first we have to perceive it. Boom, we already perceived. Okay, here's our reaction too. Instead of going from here to this, we're already covered. Boom, look at that. Great, right? We reduce our reaction time also. And we're just going to squeeze a little bit. And we reduced our braking time and distance, therefore total stopping distance. So orange stage is going to shortcut your braking. It's going to help you out with your braking. It's going to make you brake even quicker if you're situationally aware. Inside of the vehicle is that pattern we got to watch out for. So we see that progressive brake pressure, and now that the vehicle is out of the way, you can swerve left if you wanted to, and then we're going to get pissed. We don't need to get pissed. Now we're going to do a U-turn. We're putting ourselves in danger. We're not even checking behind us if there's a car. So we're going to do this. We're almost going to fall down. He stalled the bike. So practice your tight turns. Now, here's the thing. If we stalled the bike and somebody was coming up this way, we would have just gotten hit and we had no power to the bike to escape. So this is why I don't like this. I don't like having to do this because we're now putting ourselves in danger for no reason. Practice your tight turns anyways. Practice your U-turns. If you do want to do this,
You drive?
which we have on Motorcycle Training Concepts, by the way, how to practice those things. All right, watch out. Checking your mirrors. Look forward. You got a lot of pedestrians. People don't look. People really don't look. So you got to watch out for that kind of stuff. So don't accelerate into uncommon things in common situations. Go ahead and decelerate, see what's happening, and then move around them slowly. I get it. It's their fault.
Hả? No.
Okay, I get it. I mean, this is a different culture, different everything, but it still happens, you know, with kids in the neighborhoods and a few other things. Gotta be careful with that. So we're riding. We see the uncommon thing in a common situation. I mean, just take a look. We got tons of people up ahead. With that, you know, we have to slow it down now and then creep into it. Well, I'm not saying go 2 miles an hour into it. What I'm saying is at least decelerate a little bit, and that way you're in orange stage. So we're decelerating a little bit, going in orange stage, and then we're gonna be like, what's going on here? Maybe do a little honk right now. You know, just say, hey, get out of the road. And then let them get out of the road. But now we just slammed the brakes. You see that massive jostle? We slammed the brakes. Now, thankfully he had traction, because typically you would dump it and fall down, and that's not what we want to do. So he did a nice swerve. This person did a nice little juke. So everyone's going to hopefully be okay. But we definitely hit him with the mirror. So he had to adjust the mirror. Probably hit somebody else. Now he's going to hit this person. But anyways, great job on finding the escape path. Got out of there. But definitely slow down beforehand. Whew. Real quick, I'd like to say thank you to Cardo for sponsoring this channel. I'm actually using their cool little headset thingy thing so I could talk to my kids on their Cardo Packtalks. Make sure you guys grab yourself a Cardo Packtalk. Bold, slim, freecom, whatever you want. With the link in the description, you're going to get a discount. Anyways, let's get back. Here we go, side of the vehicle, sun in our eyes. Okay, slow it down, slow it down. So this is like a zipper merge. Very good, typical situation, non-issue. Go ahead and pass if you want. No centerline stripe. What are you going to say, right? Okay. You don't have to do that.
Pay attention. Sorry, man. That's the gesture of the bucket. Yeah.
Okay. He said sorry. Non-issue. So for us to not get angry, here's the pattern I want you guys to take away from this, okay? Also, remember, ride within the conditions present. So right now we got a wide open lane. We got a good escape pass. We got good vision. We got sun in the eyes. Looks like we got good asphalt. We also have a vehicle coming out of a residential neighborhood. They're going to turn left in front of us. Very dangerous. So now, since we see that side of the vehicle, go ahead and apply some progressive brake pressure. Allow him in just like he's going to do. So we're going to zipper merge into that. He's going to accelerate. We're going to sit back, just kind of getting a good mood, hopefully. So here's the problem I have is that now we have terrible line of sight. Okay, so once this happens, assume it's always going to happen if they do the zipper merge. Move over to the different sides, okay? If you're on this side, the problem with this side, because remember, we talk about planning, position for safety, and the way to position for safety is good line of sight, good space cushion, good escape routes. So if we're on this side, our escape route is a curb, we have good line of sight, and we can also escape that way if we can, but we got to watch out for that curb. We can still decelerate. So this is not the best option. I would choose to be over on the left side in this situation, because I can escape to the left, I can escape to the right, I can still escape forward and backwards with deceleration, but I also have good line of sight. Now what I'm going to do here though is decelerate anyways, unless I'm going to pass, which he does, but I'm going to decelerate anyways so I can have a bigger space cushion. So we got good line of sight, we have good escape paths by being off on the left side right here. Now in order to increase the space cushion, we have to either decelerate or get in front. And now we have a big open road, and that's a massive space cushion. So it's up to you. I would be off to the left after this. So there's that line of sight. You see how he moved over? You see how you can see far ahead? That's what I want you guys to be doing. So you can see even further now. Great. Now we're going to accelerate. So if we accelerated in front and we were utilizing, the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, he's not doing that. He literally just blocked it. Good space cushions, good escape paths, good everything if we're in front of this vehicle. Simple. But just, he said sorry, you move on, you recognize it. Please don't make him say it out loud. It's just kind of embarrassing.
You gotta pay attention.
We all know that. Guys, if you like this kind of stuff, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time live. So make sure you check that out. But if you want to check out some other things like this video right here or this video right here, please do so. It supports the channel. Click that like button, by the way. Check into class. Anyways, I'll be seeing you around.